For firefighting operations, the operator needs to be familiar with the process for assembling the waterway. The waterway is made up of two parts. The first part will be from the pump discharge at the rear of the apparatus to the pipe that is mounted in the fly section of the top of the ladder. The second part of the assembly will consist of assembling from the top of the ladder to the rescue basket. It's important to remember that both parts should be assembled prior to use of the ladder and extending the ladder. Once this is assembled, it's also very important that the operator at the rescue basket as well as at the turntable monitors the hose during ladder operations. It's important that the hose does not become entangled between rungs, which could bind or damage the ladder.
Okay. Actually works pretty good.
Yeah, come on down.
Come on back.
Now we're going to discuss assembly of the waterway at the rescue basket. All the equipment needed for this assembly is stored in an equipment box on the driver's side of the apparatus cab. The parts that you will need include the braided supply hose with stores fittings on either end, the play pipe, either the stack tip with stores fitting on it or a fog nozzle that can be adapted to the play pipe. And then also there is a spare waterway adapter that could be used to adapt from stores fittings to regular thread. It's important to remove all of this equipment from the box and then move to the rescue basket for assembly. As you see here, they're removing the play pipe, the supply hose, and the stack tip. Once this equipment has been removed, the easiest way to assemble this is first attach the braided hose to the top of the waterway pipe. Once this is done, you will take the play pipe and you will install it in a pin located at the front of the rescue basket. Then you will attach the other end of the braided hose to the play pipe. The final part of assembly will be assembling either the stack tip or the master stream fog nozzle to the play pipe. For operation of the play pipe, you can first adjust the handle with an adjustment pin, and then to move elevation for the play pipe, simply pull another pin. To disassemble the waterway, simply disconnect the braided pipe from the play pipe and then also from the waterway. Either remove the stack tip or the entire nozzle assembly from the rescue basket and disconnect the stack tip or the fog stream from the waterway play pipe. and then all equipment will be returned to the equipment storage basket on the driver's side of the apparatus cab. There is also an additional rescue basket protection line that can be deployed either to support ventilation operations, firefighting operations, or to protect the crew from radiant heat. This equipment is also stored in the same equipment box that we discussed in the last slides for the Waterway. This hose will be attached to an 1.5 inch fitting on the Waterway pipe at the tip of the ladder. Once this has been assembled, simply open the Waterway valve to supply water to the nozzle.
Okay, I'll just do it in reverse.
To move between the tip of the ladder and the rescue basket, the back of the rescue basket has 3 barriers that must be unlocked: a top rail and 2 sliding gates. To move these devices, unlock the top rail by pulling a pin and lifting the rail, as well as lifting a pin and sliding back the gates. Once the movement between the ladder and the basket are complete, both the top rail and both gates should be moved back and locked. They should remain locked at all times when personnel are in the basket.
Okay, put them back.
To access the rescue basket from the ground, a gate has been provided to provide this access. To be able to lower the gate, simply use the 2 toggles to release the pins and allow the gate to fall. The gate is supported by a cable on the right-hand side. Once personnel have either gained access to the rescue basket or have left the rescue basket back onto the ground, it's important that the gate be returned to its up and locked position prior to moving the rescue basket. We're now going to discuss the Stokes basket and its support structure for use in the rescue basket. The Stokes basket and support structure is intended to be used on the rescue basket for removal of occupants from either elevated locations or from buildings. The box and its support structure is stored in an equipment box on the right-hand side of the turntable at the rear of the apparatus. Whenever this support structure is removed from the box and assembled at the rescue basket, a minimum of 2 personnel should be used. It should be assembled with the basket actually at ground level to aid in the installation process. Also, if the Waterway or any other device has been installed at the rescue basket, they must be removed prior to installing the rescue basket structure. So in review of Section 4, we've discussed basic ladder operation from the rescue basket. We've discussed basic ladder operation from the turntable operator's position. We've discussed assembly of the waterway, how to assemble the basket protection line, and how to assemble the Stokes basket frame assembly. So in summary of the entire course, remember that there are a few key factors that you must always keep in mind. Upon arrival at a scene, always be checking for overhead obstructors prior to setting up the truck for operations. Whenever possible, try and find the most level ground that you possibly can. The more level the ground, the easier for setting the truck up. Always try to set the truck up on gravel or some kind of stable surface, the way we don't have to worry about ground stability under the apparatus. Before you operate the ladder, ensure that all equipment box lids are closed and the ladder rack is in its full down position. Remember that this truck has many automatic features and that at times the truck may not permit certain operations where damage may occur or is unsafe. If one of these movements are blocked, try to retract the ladder or raise the angle to change the loading of the ladder. Pay attention to alarms and monitor your operations at all times. Ensure that wheel chocks are always installed before ladder operations. However, do not place the chocks directly under or against the tires. Once the jacks are removed and the tires are loaded, they may become trapped underneath the tire. Always be sure to set the front axle service brake to ensure that the truck does not move. Always be sure to lower the ladder rack completely before the main ladder is used. And always use the auto bed function to store the main ladder. Failure to do so may result in alarms, malfunctions, and difficulties using the ladder for the next operator. The more you train with this apparatus, the better your operations will be and the more efficient an operator you will be. Anytime that you have some spare time, don't hesitate to get the truck out and operate the ladder, the outriggers, the pump, the generator, and all the various systems on the apparatus. Be sure to practice under several different circumstances, ladder several different buildings, and become very familiar with apparatus positioning. And try to use the same procedure each time that you set up the truck and operate the truck. This will train muscle memory and allow for a safer and more efficient operation. If you have any questions about the operation of this truck, any malfunctions or anything like that, it is extremely important that you contact the maintenance division or a chief officer or the duty chief whenever there is a problem. Make sure that when you are operating this ladder or if you are training to use this ladder, that you have the right information and you operate this truck safely and correctly every time. This concludes the Ladder 54 Operators course. You will now proceed to the end of course exam.